Hey, what's going on, guys? Big news coming on right now to my state, California, which is that they say it's about 1 year left of drinkable water left, which is the surface water, and that was done by a NASA scientist a couple of days back. And big controversy and big issues going on right now. Actually, a lot of communities up in the San Joaquin Valley up there in the farm areas up in central part of the state is that they're actually importing water in by truck and things like that. Big demand to have farmers stop using water because where the big demand for the state's waters comes from is by agriculture. I think it's like it's either like 3/5 to 4/5 total water in the state comes from farming, and so big demand on them to stop reduce or at least reduce down the water that they're using. Groundwater is being pumped out heavily, and so it's a big issue. And I think there's major issues going on that we're trying to have desalination down here in the south. With we've got a big plant coming on board up in Carlsbad. I live in Chula Vista. That's probably about 45 minutes north of me. And one big issue would bring out to help some of the supply of water. I think they said that this will help bring about like 10% of the water once it's fully developed. But big controversy with that is that it's supposedly energy intensive. It'll cost a little bit more than the water that we do have, which is from the Colorado River. We're trucking it in. Or excuse me, not trucking it, we're piping it in, and it's a substantial cost. And it's going to cost significantly more than piping it in as we currently have it. It's going to make certain parts of the ocean water more dirtier because you have the waste coming out from the desal plant after you take out the salt that you're doing from the process to make it drinkable. And so the salt that has to go somewhere, so it's going to go out to the water. It's going to make certain portions more salty, and so you have to have that as an issue. So it's really, a lot of environmentalists want to push us to drink the recycled toilet water, and so a lot of people don't want to do that. I'm more interested in the desalination process, or at least have that part of it. So, just big issues going on here. So, a year from now, it's going to be interesting how it's going to happen. Where we're going to be getting our water from. I live in Chula Vista, which we have San Diego Bay. That's probably, let's see, I live like 6 miles to the 805. I think there's like another 5 or 6 miles to the San Diego Bay. We could probably desal some of that water. But, bringing in from a pipe from there. But, just major issues. I think the governor, he did some like $1 billion bond recently, about a couple of days back. And that's like for flooding and stuff like that. That's, all the plants could have had on issue, a decade or longer ago, because drought's not a new thing in California. We've had a drought for like 10 years or longer. And I've been in the state since 2004, this is 2015, so easily we've been having a drought since I've been here. They've been talking about it at least. So, if I was in charge, if I was the Saddam Hussein of California, I would have put in desal plants like all up and down the coast 15, 20 years back. So, and they talk about how it's energy intensive. Make it solar powered. We have plenty of sun down here in the south. Definitely up in the northern part of the states, it's less sunny. So, make it solar powered. Once you run out of that reserve storage of the solar power, then you can go and use, the fossil fuel or wind power. We have a good bit of wind throughout here, throughout the south, at least San Diego County. I don't know about Orange County, LA County, but Once you run out of that reserve, use wind energy. Once you run out of that, then go back and use fossil fuel-based energy. Use natural gas. Use whatever you have. But I mean, a little bit higher price desalinated water is better than having no water at all, or having this major crisis. And you hear a lot of issues. Now people are just getting it wrong. They're getting the words wrong with water crisis and drought. You know, drought is something caused by the climate because it's not raining, where it's so damn hot that the water's being evaporated so quickly because of the heat, and it's not being stored up in reservoirs or lakes or whatever other bodies of water. Then there's the water crisis, which it can be handled with a supply of water. Not, people are getting the two wrong. You can solve the water crisis with developing more water. You can't really solve the drought. Drought's something that has to do with the climate. So, big issues going on there. So, 6 months from now, I mean, this summer it's really going to test the state's water reserves, and it's going to be a big issue. So, 6 months from now, a year from now, wow, it's going to be pretty interesting times, challenging times too. So, I don't think that farming's going to be a big industry as it's been past couple of decades, but other than that, throw a comment down below, and I hope to hear what you have to say. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon.